All right, so today we're going to dive into a project called LIPA-POCKET. And what they're trying to do is pretty ambitious, build an entire digital payments ecosystem, pretty much from the ground up. So let's break down exactly how they're planning to pull it off.
You know, mobile money has been an absolute game changer for millions of people. There's just no question about it. But a lot of it was built on older tech, which, well, it has its limits. So here's a thought. What if you could take that revolutionary idea, but build it on the tracks of the modern internet, on the blockchain? What would that even look like in practice?
Well, that's pretty much the exact question LIPA-POCKET is trying to answer. At its core, it's a digital payments ecosystem that takes the convenience we love from mobile money and merges it with the power and efficiency of stablecoins like USDT, which, if you're not familiar, is just a digital currency that's pegged to the US dollar, so its value stays stable.
Okay, so how in the world do you build a brand new digital economy from scratch? Well, you start with a really solid blueprint. So let's take a look at the architecture of this whole system.
Think of the system kind of like a skyscraper. It's built in these distinct layers. Down at the very bottom, you've got the foundation, the core infrastructure. As you go up, you have crucial floors for things like fiat and crypto conversion, liquidity, and settlement. Then you have floors for compliance and payment acceptance. And right at the very top, the penthouse suite, is the application layer. That's the part that you and I actually see and interact with.
So that blueprint is basically for a bustling digital city. Now, let's actually take a tour and meet the different people and businesses who are going to be living and working inside this LIPA-POCKET ecosystem.
First up, and you could say the most important player of all, is the everyday customer, right? This is basically anyone who just wants to send, spend, or save their money in a much more efficient way, whether it's down the street or across borders.
And for you, the customer, it all happens right inside a simple app. You can manage your digital wallet, scan a QR code to pay for things instantly, switch back and forth between your local currency and USDT, and then, of course, cash out to your bank whenever you need to. It's really designed to be your entire financial hub right there on your pocket.
Okay, next up in our little city is the small business owner. We're talking everyone from the local corner shop to that cool new store you found online.
For any merchant, getting paid is, well, it's everything. And LIPA-POCKET wants to make that super simple. They can just generate a QR code for their counter, use familiar things like pay bill numbers, get paid instantly, and even send out digital invoices. And here's the key thing. They don't need any expensive, clunky hardware, just a simple way to accept digital payments.
Now, this next player is absolutely vital to making the whole thing work. We're talking about the on-the-ground agent. You can think of these people as the human bridge between the world of physical cash and this new digital ecosystem.
Agents are those local human touchpoints. They help people cash in, which just means they help you convert your physical money into digital USDT. And they help you cash out, turning that digital money right back into physical cash. They are absolutely essential for bringing new people into the system and making it accessible to literally everyone.
All right, so finally, let's look at how this system scales up. What about the big guys? You know, large companies, NGOs, or other major organizations that have really complex financial needs.
For these larger players, LIPA-POCKET offers a really powerful set of tools. I mean, they can process mass payments to hundreds or thousands of people at once, run their entire company payroll, manage their treasury across different currencies, and even set up these complex multi-user approval workflows. It's basically a full-fledged financial operations platform.
So we've met all the residents of our digital city. Now let's go peek behind the curtain and see the clever tech that powers the whole thing. Let's check out the engine room that makes it all run so smoothly.
The secret sauce here is something called the internal ledger. The best way to think about it is like a bank's private internal record book. See, instead of recording every single tiny transaction on the public blockchain, which can be slow and expensive, LIPA-POCKET keeps its own super secure ledger for everything that happens inside its own ecosystem.
Now this creates a really important distinction. When you pay a merchant using LIPA-POCKET, that's an internal transaction. It is absolutely instant. And get this, there are no network fees or gas fees. An on-chain transaction only happens when you move money from an external wallet into the ecosystem, or you withdraw out of it. This whole design means your day-to-day payments are super fast and free. Okay, let's zoom all the way out and look at the real big picture. We've seen the architecture, we've met the players, and we've peeked inside the engine. But how does this all come together to build a digital economy that can actually sustain itself?
Well, of course, for this whole thing to be sustainable, it needs a business model. LIPA-POCKET generates its revenue in a few smart ways: a tiny margin on currency conversions, some fees for its more advanced business tools, and small withdrawal fees when money leaves the ecosystem. It's how they keep the lights on and keep building. And that really brings us to the most important takeaway here. LIPA-POCKET isn't just trying to be another payment app on your phone. The real goal is to build a foundational financial infrastructure, a new set of rails that an entire digital economy can be built on top of.
And I think this final quote from the team says it all. The long-term vision here is massive. A complete digital financial ecosystem that can handle everything from your local coffee to government services. It is a bold, bold ambition. And it leaves us with a pretty fascinating question. Are we looking at the future of how money moves,